Welcome to Under the Microscope. This series is brought to you by the Real Scientists Nano team. Our goal is to provide a platform where scientists can communicate their work and interact with the public.
Hi everyone. Today we have with us Said Rodriguez, who is a scientific group leader leading the group Interactive Photons at a research institute in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Hi Said, how are you?
Hi, I'm all right, and you?
I'm good. Excited to talk about your research about interactive photons. I'm really curious now. Let's start by understanding your research. So could you explain your research to us in super simple words, please?
Yes, so we work with optical systems. Basically, we put two mirrors that are very, very tiny, like a micrometer in size or a bit more, very close to each other. And then we confine light in there and we make photons interact. So normally in free space, like when a light beam propagates through air, photons don't interact. Yeah, that's why if you shine two flashlights into each other, you will not see the photons scattering from each other, right? They will just go past each other. But in the kind of systems that we study in my lab, photons interact, and you can see the effects of those interactions. And that's because we put a non-linear material in between those two mirrors. And that has many applications. So making photons interact, we are interested from the fundamental physics point of view. I will be talking about that during the week. But we are also interested in applications of these systems to making better sensors, memories, computing systems, and systems that process energy and information in unusual ways in general.
Okay. That sounds really interesting. So you are basically playing with mirrors and light at a nano or micro level.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Okay.
That's fair to say, yes.
Yeah, by putting some material in between and seeing how it interacts and stuff. So
Yes.
what kind of applications are there for your research? I mean, you already mentioned a little bit with a bit of photonics and stuff, but more concretely that people can understand in real life, what would it be?
So we are working on a number of applications. I will mention a few. So one of them is on sensing. So for example, this is a very common task in many areas of science and engineering, right? You have some system like an optical resonator that suddenly some biomolecule or something else arrives, and you want to detect that as fast as possible in the most precise way. And so one of the topics of my group is we think of new strategies for sensing that overcome crucial limitations of systems where photons don't interact. So we focus on optical sensing. Yeah. So it can be, we work at it from a quite fundamental point of view, but you can think of numerous applications to force sensing, to nanoparticle sensing, to chemical sensing, pressure sensing, basically anything. And we use this kind of cavities or resonators where photons interact as our sensors. Another application we are working on is on how to improve or enhance the transmission of signals, periodic signals, by using noise. So typically in signal transmission, most people see noise as detrimental, right? So performance of most systems is measured by something that's called signal to noise ratios. You want to have a large signal and a small noise to have the SNR ratio large. So we typically add noise to our systems to improve signal transmission and make the signal even more coherent. So I will be talking about some of that during the week. There is this phenomenon that is called stochastic resonance, and we've been working on that. It has really many ramifications to various areas of science and technology. So we're looking at that in nanoscale or microscale systems with light.
Okay.
So signal transmission improved by noise is
Okay.
one of the topics.
That's a bit
Another
strange, right? Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you, but
no,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
you try to remove noise as much as possible by like cushioning your systems by putting like anti-vibration tables and stuff. In your case, you're trying to introduce noise.
Yes,
That's a bit
yes,
going against the flow, isn't it?
yes, yes. So it's going against the flow of people, but it's not going against the flow of nature,
True.
because most people go against the flow of nature in the sense of trying to get rid of noise,
Mm.
whereas many natural systems embrace noise to achieve energy efficient functionality.
Right.
Right, so people don't think about this, but there's a lot of energy in noise, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
Uh,
True.
you just
That
need,
is true.
we just need to learn how to use that.
Right. We just need to direct it and focus it in a way or direct it
Yes,
in a way that it is beneficial to us.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So another application that we got interested in recently, not experimentally but theoretically as a ramification of some of our experiments, is energy harvesting. This is a kind of technology that directly benefits from noise, right? So there are these mechanical devices like piezoelectric actuators or whatever that they absorb energy from vibrations in their environment, and they convert that to some other form of more useful energy like electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been thinking about those kinds of systems with how to design the properties of those systems to make them more efficient, right? To get more energy from the environment.
Right.
That's another application. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a few more, but I'll leave it here for now and talk about the rest during the week.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, there's a lot I see, I'm hearing from you that there is a lot that you will be talking to the followers about. So, what can the followers expect in the week that you will take over the Real Scientist Nano Twitter account?
Well, I hope to give a broad overview of. I'm going to try to stick to the spirit of the account, right? So, real scientist, Nano. So, basically, a real scientist is not just research. So, I will be focusing on science and research, but I'll also cover. So, that's going to be like 4 of the 5 days, roughly. And in the last day, I'll talk a little bit about more the social aspects of science, some interesting aspects that I think of with regards to science philosophy and policy, grants, publication models, outreach. So I'm going to do that on one day. But first, I'm going to sort of walk you through my experience, how I got to where I am. I'll try to show a lot of nice pictures about the lab and some of our recent results.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to give an overview with lots of beautiful examples from nature of how noise can be beneficial. And I'll tell you also a little bit about the institute where I work, AMOLF, which is a very interdisciplinary place that is quite stimulating for the kind of research that I like.
Okay, all right. I love the part of beautiful pictures, not just of the science, but also of the lab
Yeah.
and your surroundings. So that's a really nice way for us to get to know the real scientist behind the nanoscience that you're doing. So thank you very much, Sid. This has been lovely speaking with you and looking forward to having you on Real Scientist Nano.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you for listening. To know more about us, please visit our website realscientistsnano.org and follow us on Twitter at realsci_nano.